paid today! Yay! Woo, money! So that means that today is the day that I shall go and purchase my treadmill. Yay! Fridays are always a long day for me at school because I try to get as much grading done in my classroom on Fridays as possible before I have to head home. And so usually that means that I'm there till 5-ish, which is now, yeah, it's about 5:15 now. So just left school and I'm heading to town, hopefully get some food because I am a little bit hungry. Today we had pizza for lunch and that was pretty good. My Spanish class didn't have a lot to do today when they took a test. So afterwards we ended up watching a couple of YouTube videos. One of my kids is oddly fascinated by Mitchell Davis and thinks that he is just super studly and hot, which I think is pretty funny because everybody on YouTube thinks that he and Kyle are super gay together, which is not true, but they still say that. And so I just thought it was really funny that she has the hots for him. ScrabbleDivaVlogs. I didn't get into it until probably like last year, but now that I started watching their channel, they're hilarious. I flip and love their channel. And then after we watched a couple episodes of ScrabbleDivaVlogs, I ended up exposing them to some of the classics of YouTube, such as Dramatic Chipmunk, Nyan Cat, which isn't really classic, but it's getting there, and Keyboard Cat, you know, good old stuff like that. We had a basketball tournament this week. I think I mentioned that earlier, and that means that there weren't that many kids there in school to participate in, especially the end of the day type activities. We went ahead and plugged on in my junior English class and actually got some work done. I'm really happy about how that turned out because we had a lot of good discussion. But in my senior English class, I had a few kids make up a quiz, and then we kind of just piddled around for a little bit, and then we listened to the girls' basketball game on the radio, which we lost. Sad day. And then while we were listening to the broadcast or the radio broadcast of the game, we ended up playing a round of Sopio. You know, Naramon's game. If you haven't heard of it, you should click this link, go watch the video, it's pretty funny. Or click this link and down here and go and order the game itself. Totally worth it. My favorite Sopio card is the Papa Bling card. Either that one or the Terrorists. Just because it's funny. I don't know why, it just makes me funny every time I hear it. So I was catching up on a few back episodes of Good Mythical Morning today. And one of the questions was, what was your worst birthday experience or birthday memory or something along those lines. And I don't really have any bad birthday memories per se, but one thing I realized after talking to a few of my kids, my students, is that my birthdays weren't a big deal growing up, you know? My family never really celebrated birthdays with any kind of pizzazz. We had, you know, just like elementary school parties up till I think we were age of 10, and then we weren't really allowed to have parties from that point on unless we paid for it ourselves. And being 11-year-old kids, we didn't really have a lot of money to spend on birthdays. I did have a sweet 16 though, and that was pretty nice. It wasn't anything fancy, just a couple of my friends over at my house. And we ate cake, and I think we watched Lord of the Rings or something. It was a pretty nerdy birthday. I think one of the most interesting struggles that I face as a first-year teacher straight out of college is that I look really young, which is okay for some things, but I kind of want the best of both worlds, and I'll try to explain as best I can. But today I was in the computer lab with a couple of my students, and I was sitting at a computer and assisting a student with their paper that they had been working on. And the principal came in and was looking for the teacher, and she asked several times, "Where's the teacher?" And I kept kind of saying, "Yeah, I'm here." And she didn't recognize me until I finally turned around. And she just kind of laughed at herself and said, "Oh, you look like one of the kids. You look like one of the kids." And I've heard that, you know, in variation several times since I got hired. Which is okay. I mean, I understand I'm a young teacher, and that's fine. It helps me connect better with the kids, and I've got newer and fresher ideas, and I'm not old and cynical and bitter. But on the other hand, I also want to be treated like an adult. Like, I can't stand it whenever people treat me like I don't know what I'm talking about, or like I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, I don't have experience, but I mean, that doesn't mean I'm stupid and can't learn anything. I'm not a child. But then also, I don't like it whenever people treat me like I'm so old and, you know, that I'm not hip and young and everything. So I want the best of both worlds, and it's kind of hitting me in the face that I can't have that, at least not to the full extent that I wanted. But I decided early on in my teaching job here that I was just going to be myself. I considered for a long time putting on this professional facade whenever we're facing the kids, and only speaking in, you know, teacher jargon, and never really getting to know any of them very well. and just maintaining that professional barrier. But I quickly decided that that wasn't the way to go, because I knew I would not be able to maintain that presence, that professional exterior. And so the first day of school, I just walked in and talked like me. And the kids have slowly gotten used to the fact that I don't talk like other teachers, and that I am young, and that this is the way I am, and this is the way I talk, and they're getting more and more used to it, you know. And it makes everybody a lot more comfortable, and I feel a lot more me whenever I'm teaching the kids. So, anyway, that's just a little story for you. Story right there. So, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys later.